I'm going to teach you how to make money today. But before we do that, someone asked me, Steve, can you show me your room? Show me the room tour. Give me an idea of what things are going on. So I'm going to do this once. Probably, maybe I'll do it again eventually. But right here, you see we got PSA cards right on this bench. And on this shelf, we got PSA cards. And then on this shelf, we got PSA cards. Over there, we got some PSA cards. And on this shelf, we got some PSA cards. I mean, this is just stuff that I have a little bit of quantity of. Some Arceus, Nagabaga Pikachu, stuff like that. So let's get into the return. So if you like that kind of stuff, you know, just let me know. But I can probably divulge more, but I don't want to show too much because otherwise you're going to be like, how did he get so many Mega Charizards? I mean, what is this guy, a whale? Is he stealing them? Show me your secret sauce! So these videos, overall, I think they're going pretty well. I think my time on YouTube's been quite fun. And I'm going to hopefully keep it going, you know? I was pretty happy. If you like the videos, let me know. If you like PSA returns, let me know. If you like the mail days, let me know. Wow, this card's beautiful. Rose is one of my favorite characters. Great card. If you like the PSA returns, you like the mail days, you like me just standing there rambling, if you like all three, I don't mind. Really, if it's anything, if any of the things that I'm saying helps anyone out there, realistically, I'm not going to complain. So these cards, I received them back from PSA. We're going to do everything in one big video today. Okay? One big video. I'm not going to break it up into small videos. It's going to be a big video. Sit back, relax. And I'm going to address a question, actually, that got asked to me. So we got some 25th anniversary cards. I was kind of late to grading some of the cheaper ones. I mainly focused on like Charizard, Blastoise, Venusaur, all this other stuff. And let me see if I can dig out the rest of them. That's it. So yeah, I got like some Mews back, and I got some Zapdos, I got some Reshiram, Mewtwo EX, and Mewtwo V-Star. So they're not all 25th anniversary, but a bunch of those cards, I got pretty much 10 of each. I'll put up a multi-quantity listing and just sell them at whatever margin I'm happy with. And let's go back into these modern cards. Man, I don't know why people who collect old cards. Let me know what the microphone sounds like. I want to know how good it is if I go really, really, really close and talk like this, or if I just stand out here and just talk like I normally would. A lot of people generally that collect old cards don't really understand the allure of the modern cards. I'm not gonna lie, some of the old card artworks, like this Gabite from Beat of the Frontier, amazing. But when I say old card collectors, I mainly mean like base to Skyridge kind of people. And they just, you know, at the end of the day, you collect what you like, we'll collect what we like, but they're not releasing any new Skyridge cards. And how can you say that this is not, like if they released this 25 years ago, we would be much further as a population, as a human race. We would be in the stratospheres. So while I talk about these cards, I'm going to pick up the cards. I'm going to show them off. I'm really sorry if I rant while I talk about the cards because, you know, it's a good time to show cards and rant at the same time. But someone asked me on Instagram, this is pretty much how it went. The person sends me a message like 3 weeks ago, asked me some basic questions. I answer the questions. Asked me more questions. I answer the questions. And I don't mind. I tell everyone I'm a very open book. Ask me any question you want. I'll give you my opinion. I'll give you my anything as long as it's not financially based, because I'm a cat and I wear a hat. I'm a cat in a hat. I do not know anything about finance. So if you ask me what cards to buy, I have no idea. You know, if you could probably ask me that question, you could probably just sit here and watch and look at all cards that I'm buying, and maybe you can come up with some sort of ideas, but I'm not always buying the best cards. I'm just buying the ones that I like. So that's this stack. Bunch of alternate rares, Manaphy, Deoxys. So anyway, about 20 questions deep with this person. They finally get to the fabled question. It's one of my favorites, and I'm going to make a video on it soon, and I'm going to use that video to reply to anyone who asks in the future, because I probably should have seen it coming more. I honestly, I know I should be smarter than I really am, and a lot of people just want to know where I buy from. Where do you source these cards? And it's a very hard topic. I think it's only really comes up if you buy Japanese cards. I don't really think it's a thing for English cards, because English cards, you just go on eBay, TCG Player, Troll and Toad, Facebook sites, and there's not as much, you know, back. Let's think about these Miracle Crystal Bulbasaur grades. What's going on? 2 10s? Wow. Let's put 10s on there, right? Oh, Miracle Crystal. So I'm going to keep talking and then get really excited about my cards at the same time. So anyway, we get like 20 questions in, and I tell the guy, he asked me, where do I source the cards? And then I say, oh, I just buy from Japan, and then I buy from random people. And that's literally facts. I buy from Japan. I use 2 websites. I'm going to address a little bit of it now, so people don't think I'm still trying to withhold information. I use 2 websites. I use Mercari and Yahoo Japan. That's pretty much it. I try and find people on Instagram. I try and find people on Twitter. I try and find people on Facebook. But they're all accessible to everyone. It's very easy. And where are we going with this? I said I buy from random places in Japan and random people. And he's like, okay, well, I guess you don't want to give me the secret source. Like, you don't want to give me your source. And I was like, bro, I'm going to give you my source. You want my source? I'll give you my source. But like, there is no source. I mean, it's the same. It really feels as a lot of people who probably do collect English cards and maybe they're trying to get into Japanese cards. They think, dude, these grades are insane. 10, 10, 10, 10, 10. Wow. Awesome artworks on this Kusajima Cedra. And, there really is, like, Japan, I don't know what the population in Japan, 60, 70 million probably a lot. I think Tokyo has like 25 million. I know Tokyo has like just as much as like Australia. And the idea that like Japanese websites, there is places where just everything's really cheap under market price and you can just flip it instantly. Man, it doesn't exist. There's people in Japan buying cards to resell. Also, there's people all over the world, and it's 2023. Pokemon isn't an underground thing. I mean, this Heracross should be an underground thing. Wow, the focus on this camera is so much better than the old one. It really fixes it up, no matter how close I get. Let me know what you think about this camera. So, we get into it, and then I released the video saying, should information be gate-kept? Because I had a talk with, the guy emailed me, right? And then, whatever. Don't show this, do show this. I'm really bad with these piles. And then all this other stuff. And then said person also messages me again. They say, oh, wow, Steve, I guess based on your video, it felt like you were gatekeeping information from me. But, honestly, I'm going to be honest. I'm a human being. I have feelings. I'm just a guy behind a camera who pretends to be a cat. I identify as a cat also. So that's a real thing. And this guy says, it felt like you gate-kept information from me. And it kind of frustrated me a little bit because I was like, I answered 20 plus of your questions completely honestly. I helped you with a bunch of things. It was a complete, you messaged me a whole bunch. I gave you all the answers and that's it. So like you were just taking and I was giving. And it's completely free, by the way. It's free. No strings attached. Me talking to another Pokemon collector, buyer, seller, whatever you want to be. And it's just like, you think I gatekept information from you? And then he just started to like, kind of give me examples of how I should respond to those kind of questions. And it's just like, what's going on? What is this? Like there is, I'm really sorry, but like, if you're looking at the cards that I'm buying and grading, do you think this is some like crazy underground, like most cards that are expensive these days are just like actually expensive. There's no like look at this. I am grading Absol Shining Darkness Rare that I bought from a complete Shining Darkness set that I paid over $13,000 for when I bought all the complete Diamond and Pearl Platinum sets. That, I likely lose money on these cards, to be honest. Let's be real. But I'm doing it because I love it and it's fun. And, if I can just do all this and I can recycle a whole bunch of money and just break even like crazy, I'm super happy. Yeah, I will make money along the line. Yeah, I do need to make some semblance of money sometimes. I can't just sell this for $1 because then I'll never be able to do it again and again. I'm not going to say that I don't make money because that's such a stupid, silly thing to say. But this whole idea of like, where do you source cards and like, can you show me how? It doesn't work. It doesn't work like that. That isn't how the world works. You can't just walk into someone's business and be like, can you show me how you source cards? Or can you show you how you source motorbike parts? Or can you show me where you get your rare fish from? Like, all this kind of stuff. It's like, think about it. These are people's livelihoods at the end of the day. But with me, does that have a black mark on it? And that one doesn't? What's going on? There's like a mark here. Oh, it's on the case. PSA is always damaging the cases. What's going on? But with me, I'm openly telling you. My life's an open book. Ask me anything, I'll pretty much tell you anything. Unless you ask me like prices of some really rare cards and like information that I like to keep to myself just so I can use it to my advantage. Yeah, there's a lot of stuff I do like that. If I know a lot of what rare cards sell for, I know like who's looking for certain cards, but that's my business. I mean, it's perfectly fair, and I wage hundreds of thousands of dollars a year doing that stuff. But overall, if you're asking me where I source cards, look at the cards I'm buying. It's a uncommon Blissey from L1 Hard Gold. You could buy this on eBay for like $2 or $3. It's not that serious. It's not a, look at all these cards. Mareep from Hard Gold. It's a common. Yeah, it's gem mint, but these are probably extras from the booster box I broke that I paid several $1,000s from. Is this clicking for you? Now let's get into it, how to source cards. I think how to source cards and where I source cards is many different. If you're 11 minutes into the video, you're probably actually a real fan and you actually deserve some sort of information. You don't deserve to just be me looking like I'm gaslighting you or gatekeeping information from you. Here's how it is. The idea of how to source cards. Where is just because someone could find something way better than me for way cheaper and I wouldn't even know. There's so many places to buy from in the world. Maybe someone doesn't want their collection anymore on Facebook on some random group in Kentucky, America. I don't know. That's the first thing that came to mind. And then that person was like, take everything I have for $100. But he has $1,000 in cards. That person who bought them for $100 likely got a pretty good deal. And, he could post them up like, I got at least 1,000. And someone would be like, where'd you get them from? And he'd be like, oh, some guy sold them to me. A lot of the places aren't sources. They're just random people selling their cards. There is no more coming afterwards. So even if I told you someone sold me 100 peonies for $1 each and I bought them all, maybe they don't have any left. Maybe that's a bad way to explain it. I'm getting there. I'm also trying to get better at explaining things, but what I do in my business of buying and selling, and oh my God, I'm getting hiccups like crazy. Not every time I do videos, I just get hiccups. What I do with my business, buying, selling, and then grading. I sell a lot of raw cards too, but let's just say grading. I'm perfectly fine paying the raw mint market price for a card. So Shibuya's Pikachu, whatever it is, $50. PSA 10's like $100. So I know that this card sells for $50 raw and PSA 10's $100. I will do my best to try and find the most gemmiest, mintiest copies I can, grade them, and then the margin is between. But the problem is some people say, where do you buy the Shibuya's Pikachu from? And that is just something that you will have to find out for yourself. I've already explained the websites. I've already mentioned middleman websites many times. I actually don't want to push buying from Japan on anyone, because I personally think most prices in Japan are more expensive, if not the same prices on eBay US. So if you're in the US, you might as well just buy from eBay US. Maybe you might not be able to buy some stuff like Miltank Shining Darkness, but are you even looking for Miltank Shining Darkness, or you just want Charizards for cheap sort of thing? So it's like, I don't think the average person should buy from Japan internationally. It comes with huge shipping. It comes with huge risks. It comes with import taxes. It comes with scary things. And when the sellers, sometimes they see it's a middleman account that bought it, you know what they can do sometimes? They'll just send you a damaged copy instead of a mint copy. And that's just sad, really, but that's just how the world is. That is a thing, and I don't think it's right, but it's very scary, and it does happen. And I really think, as a human being, you need to understand that there is no real source to buying nice and wanted and high demand Japanese cards for cheap. I think for cheap is probably... This got a 7? Love these tag team cards. What's wrong with this card? Oh, look at that. It looks PSA damaged by a card, and they just like never mentioned it, I guess. No, they probably didn't damage it. But where am I going with this? So you need to figure out what things sell for first, or what is even selling. This Lugia V came out a while ago. I didn't even grade it on release. But I saw that a PSA 10, so even me, I saw that someone sold a PSA 10 for whatever price. It was definitely more than the raw card plus the grading. And I was like, oh, okay, I'll pick some of those up next time I want to buy some cards. And I got some Lugia Vs. You can buy Lugia V on eBay. You don't have to go to Japan to buy Lugia V. Gallifrey's, still has To me, it has a margin between the grading cost and the raw cost, so I bought some more. I graded some more. I love this card. I actually love this card. I didn't even show this in my Full Art Trainer video. Oh, what's wrong with me? I should have shown it, but they're all in like a pile. So where to source the cards is really hard because I can't just give you like random, because the problem is like I know the prices are more, but you don't know the prices are more. So even if I tell you the prices are more, you're just going to be like, well, he's just gatekeeping. But I can be like, you can buy Shibuya's Pikachu raw cheaper on eBay than you can from Japan, and you would be like, oh, I don't know. Also on eBay, you get buyer protection, which is amazing. You don't get that buying from Japan. You get buyer protection, you get to control what you're buying, you get to talk to the sellers, you get pictures. It's not just a stock photo, and you get like an off-centered one, or maybe you get one with some scratches. Even this one has some edge wear. It probably shouldn't be a 10, but it is what it is. So it's like, where do you source cards from is my most hated and loved question, because obviously you're interested in Japanese cards, you're interested in cards in general. But that's why I push being a collector. If you start being a collector and you join collector communities, there's a few Japanese collector communities. No, I'm probably not going to tell you what they are because I don't want them to get flooded with people who just want to buy cards and like take information from people just so they can use the other people's information and resell. I'm sorry, that's not my job. This YouTube channel is for fun. It's for me. It's awesome. I get to pretend to be a cat. I get to help out people with their basic eBay selling questions, maybe even some advanced ones every once in a while. This Ledian's awesome. And all this other stuff. I'm not here to like coach people on how they could potentially lose their money buying from Japan, because that would make me feel really bad. If you start losing money because you, like Steve said, you can just buy from Japan and make money, and I lost a whole bunch. Ooh, I lost money on this. So this will probably be listed for like cost price, PSA 9 Magikarp. Doesn't really seem like much is wrong with this. But I really hope this ranting's getting somewhere with someone out there. I also reserve the right to just choose not to interact with people. If you ask me a question that I just like don't enjoy, I don't have to answer it. That's the best thing about this. I don't want to accept any like Patreon sort of things. I don't want to accept any payments. I don't want to like, if you consult me, if you can pay me to consult your business or consult your cards collections or whatever, pay me to buy some rare cards for you. That is not what I'm doing. I'm not trying to push that on anyone. I'm not giving anyone like a service. I'm just making videos for fun. I'm just literally a guy who is trapped in human flesh, who was born as a feline. This forehead is so nice. Must be Menno, yeah. Why we get PSA 9 on this actually? So I'm a bit ranty with this one because this guy just went on and on and on. He's like, you are triggered and all this other stuff. And I was like, dude, why are you acting like this? I already helped you so much. And now you're like getting upset because I can't spoon feed you of how to like buy and sell. It took me 9 years to get to this. It's not a race. You got to join communities, start collecting, actually enjoy the stuff, be active. It's a grind. It's a passion. It's an obsession. It's an everyday thing. And if you don't, PSA 8? I don't think so. I might feel like I'm upset. Ooh, down to the top there. I might feel upset, but at the end of the day, I don't really care. I'm going to keep posting videos. I'm going to keep helping as many people as I can. And eventually, one day, if I ever stop posting videos, all the videos are there to help new people who eventually join this great hobby where you can actually kind of get a little bit of money back for your hobby. And that's the best thing about Pokemon, I think. I think it's the best thing. You can buy a few copies of something. You can sell a few and you can enjoy them. You can help someone else enjoy it. It's just so big. It's just crazy what it is now compared to what it used to be. Well, we're getting some good grades. PSA 10 Moonlight Pursuit Cresselia. 10 on Kabutops. That's grass, I think. That's not scratches. But we're over with that rant. We're 20 minutes in. I will make a complete video addressing it. So if anyone ever asks me again in comments, because I don't know what to tell people in the comment section of a YouTube video, it's a little bit too small. And most of the people asking are just like, they're joining, watching the channel, and then you can probably see their comments on every other YouTube channel. Bunch of 9s on these other Secret of the Lakes cards, damn. They're just hopping between YouTube channels going, where do you source this? Where do you source this? Where do you source this? And even if I told them and showed them many, many different websites or whatever, if I had any, and all the items, this is a nice holo Ken Sugimori card. You know, even if you had them and an illustrator was there for $10,000 or whatever, they wouldn't even know what it is probably. And they wouldn't even buy it. It's just like it's knowledge is the key. Knowledge is power. Are we? Wow. PSA 10. Secret Legs. Let me know how this new camera is if you're still here. Got the Professor Oak's visit. So, got more Pokemon Go Magic Cards. Wait, I think I already shared these. Oh yeah. See, that's the thing. I'm grading PSA 10 Pokemon Go Pikachus to sell at $10 profit. There's no like, a lot of it is just work. I've got Tag, Bolt, Psyducks. Love Psyduck. I really love Psyduck. He's so funny. So like, I'm grading a bunch of Psyducks and I know a bunch of other people like Psyduck, so I'm doing it. It's just a constant thing. I didn't know that people love Psyduck like 2 years ago. But because I stay engaged, I just keep going slowly, little bit by little bit. That's just how it is. And I think we'll just do this last stack. I think that, honestly, I think that rant really, really hurt my enjoyment for making these videos, to be honest. So I appreciate everyone. Anyone that watches these videos, anyone that asks me a question, even if it is a question that can't be answered, it's good to see how interested people are in Pokemon. But at the end of the day, I'm doing this completely for fun, for free. And try and help as many people as I possibly can. And I just don't want to be the commander of your money. This is a 10. Wow, nice. Tyranitar. Secret Elite. Got the PSA 9 Hunch Crow. Oh, Mewtwo Moonlight Pursuit. That's sad. Would have liked to get that in a 10. Oh, yeah, bit edger at the bottom. That's like a little dent thing. Wow, 10 Gardevoir Dawn Dash. That is amazing. Must be hard for the camera to like pick up everything, considering it's like behind plastic. I'm sure like without plastic a card would just look really good normally. So 10 on the Palkia. Oh. The Rotom 9. Oh, I love that new zoom feature. Nine Infernape. Damn. These are so clean too. So where's the camera? Wow, look at that camera. That's crazy. So just a bit of edgeware there. I'm pretty happy with that one. Empoleon. Torterra and Roserade. Oh, look at the swirl and the Roserade. Damn, unlucky, no 10. Got a 10 on the Torterra though. Let's check out this last Roserade. I think 25 minutes is enough for this one. My voice is kind of hurting. Man, my voice is getting destroyed lately. All the AMA videos and all the other videos I've been filming. I've been having fun though. I've been having lots of fun. It's been super enjoyable. I got this new microphone now, so hopefully my voice sounds a little bit better. And overall, you know, I'm having fun with this. This is actually super good. Super rewarding as well. Man, I need to learn how to speak better. But it's super rewarding. I can, you know, it's just interact with people that normally I would never ever have a chance to interact with. And some old people that people know me from a long time ago. So a lot of people in Facebook groups in Australia. A lot of people I've always interacted with here and there are messaging me like, thanks for the advice, Steve, or thanks for answering the question. And it's no skin off my back answering questions that I can answer. But I'll put this stack here, but we'll start the next video just with this stack and I'll do the other 200 cards then. But appreciate you all. Thanks so much. Dislike the video if I'm being too ranty, to be honest. I'm really sorry, but end of the day, things have to be said just so it can be understood. Look at that Starmie. That's beautiful, just like you are.